Arlie Russell Hochschild, The Managed Heart, Commercialization of Human Feeling. The Managed Heart, Commercialization of Human Feeling, by Arlie Russell Hochschild explores the concept of emotional labor in everyday life, giving insights into how individuals regulate their feelings in various professional and social scenarios. Sociologists refer to this practice as emotional labor, which involves conscious control over our emotions to suit the circumstances. This summary will delve into the experiences of flight attendants and actors as classic examples of emotional labor, and further discuss the rules governing our emotions, emotional exchanges as currency, the unique burdens faced by women, and the impact of emotional labor on women's experiences in the workplace.
The unseen emotional labor. In many careers, employees are expected to manage their emotions consciously to maintain an appropriate demeanor called emotional labor. Flight attendants are trained to provide service with a genuine smile and small talk, luring passengers to prefer their airline services. However, emotional labor is not unique to the airlines industry, it is prevalent in society. Emotional labor goes beyond acting or painting on a smile. It extends to the conscious management of emotions to fit social or commercial situations. Emotional labor often goes unnoticed, but without it, service provision becomes lackluster. Actors execute emotional labor to advance their art, but in the airline industry, corporations enforce emotional labor policies to make a profit. The significance of our emotions. Our emotions are powerful signals that reveal what the people and things in our lives mean to us. However, there are rules for which emotions we should have and when. This disconnect between how we feel and how we should feel shows that emotional labor and social rules regarding feelings play central roles in our lives. The appropriate display of emotions is necessary to avoid scolding or being shunned by others. Thus, our feelings are subjected to interpersonal exchange. The currency of feelings. The exchange of emotional labor is a significant yet often unnoticed aspect of our daily interactions. The concept is explored through a workplace example, where an intern compensates for an expert's time and wisdom by offering gratitude and compliments. However, as the exchange continues, the cost of emotional compensation increases, placing more pressure on the intern. Those in positions of power benefit from this exchange of emotional labor, while those with little power are forced to comply. The exchange of feelings is not innate but rather a product of societal norms. By recognizing the true cost of emotional labor, we can begin to shift this power dynamic and create more equitable relationships. The emotional labor of women. Women often find themselves doing more emotional labor than men, which includes tasks like organizing playdates, remembering birthdays, and managing feelings. This is due to their inherent disadvantage in terms of power and status, as women are generally less well off than men. Although statistics show that gender inequality has improved since the 1980s, it still exists. Women's ability to manage emotions becomes a financial asset since they find it more difficult to obtain independent financial status. Studies reveal that women deliberately use emotions to get what they want more often than men. Emotional laborious jobs are often taken up by women, and the reason behind it is their need to make up for their inherent disadvantage. Men need to recognize this and share the laborious activities to reduce the burden on women. The invisible burden of emotional labor. Women's additional emotional labor is often disregarded, leading to a lack of credibility and authority. The unequal burden of emotional labor makes it harder for women to balance their emotional work with enforcing rules and guidelines in their jobs. Women are generally taken less seriously than men when it comes to managing their emotions, with doctors less likely to take women's claims of pain seriously. The imbalance of emotional labor leads to women's opinions being disregarded or rejected more quickly than men's.
In conclusion, The Managed Heart brilliantly illustrates the concept of emotional labor and how it shapes our contemporary society. Hochschild brings to light the underlying emotional rules and the role of emotional exchanges in our lives. Furthermore, the book highlights the significant, and often overlooked, emotional burdens borne by women and the importance of acknowledging these additional, non-physical tasks that many individuals perform daily to satisfy societal norms or expectations. Ultimately, understanding emotional labor helps us recognize the emotional consequences of power imbalances and provides a nuanced perspective on our interpersonal interactions within the modern world.